day. I'ma stand on my feet with the meat. We on the way. Dry bones in the valley. I'm rallying for the sage. Dry bones in the valley. Living but underpaid. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We need change. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We feel shame. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We need flames.
Artists, these words is simply just the canvas that I wrote on. Can't supplement the faith. No creatine, but it's so strong. In our youth, we used to hit the block, getting our roll on. Now we take the gospel to the blocks we so dope on. Those that tried to stop our faith, we told them so long. The rise of my people with these heathens trying to prolong. Been through so much, but we still gotta hold on. Like back when the lights was off, we turned the stove on. Searching for warmth in these cold streets. Oh, since we woke up the truth, we can't get no sleep. My thoughts so deep, trying to get my folks to see the picture, but we hitting rock bottom, trying to wrestle with the scriptures. It's crazy, demonic forces messing with your mental health. Got all 5 senses, but you still lack sense of self. Without the Lord, your life sagging. Go and get a belt and like that old Jordan commercial. Stop and get some help.
Please, W-A-K-E-U-P, open up your KJV. We shaking up the world so you can't stay asleep. When you open up your eyes, they see IUIC, we on our grind. Bring a light to the world, let a star shine. So we pray without ceasing for our kind. Gotta stack them up to the third heaven till we give Raphael a hard time.
Dead bodies, dead conscience, dead presidents, they said commas. But that's a coma, ain't the evident that's head trauma. They said a lot, but that's irrelevant. The devil been working overtime without the scheduling. The medicine prescribed, that's the word of my God. You'll never be alive unless you let the spirit inside. Vampires throw the shade on them, but day walkers keep the blade on them. Get cut to the core, but never fade on them. Live again.
Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek.
Took a minute. About time I committed. Hard times felt like giving up, but your love kept me winning. Don't hesitate, got to make haste. Oh yeah, just set your pace into the race. Oh yeah, you were always my day one. You have shown me where I'm from. This is why I need your love.
Stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. Guys on earth, we here to stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. I wanna live forever. How long? Forever. forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever?
Before the beginning of time, heavenly, divine. This was the image in mind. God body in design. Poetry in the motion. Now it's starting to align. Every detail defined. I like a line upon line. Whoa, this is the way, this is the truth, this is the light. Talking about Christ, wisdom in the beginning of life, winning the fight. And that's thus say the Lord moving forward. Look at how it glitter on his sword. 144K points on the board. Only thing we're looking for is forever.
God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. God's on earth, we here to stay. Many mentions how we get to this place. Follow the signs, look at the gates. Name on the list, don't be late. I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever. How long forever? I wanna live forever.
I want the glory. I want the grace. I need that wisdom to shine, illumination of the face. I need that forever love, the kind that never fade away. Cause I'm here to stay. Reach them golden gates. Now it's time, open up, let righteousness shine, fill up the cup. Cause I can't imagine a place that I'd rather be than to sit with the anointed king. Throne of wisdom, throne of power. No more rain, no more showers. Awaiting glory, more than flowers. Live forever, say it loud. Them majors watch.
Watching, watching, watching.
Them majors watch.
Watching, watching, watching.
Them majors watch.
10 times, right in the sun.
10 times.
10 times, right in the sun.
10 times.
10 times, right in the sun.
Them majors watch.
10 times, right in the sun.
I feel like some watching me. I look to the heavens, my heavenly brethren, and it's not an eye to see. It's the angels of God, and they always lurking, and they got a lot to see. So watch what you're doing, cause they gon' tell, and yet it's his prophecy. Beholding the face of the Father, covered with glory and honor. They document all of your drama, they document all of your trauma, and they gon' do what he promised. Bringing vengeance on the adversary. Repent now, cause it's very scary. Lake of fire is your mortuary, we ain't ordinary light. Land inhabited, the heavenly host immaculate. I couldn't fathom it, but I know my God gon' handle it. Eyes in every place, invisible spirits without a trace. They all got tribes, fix your face. Access denied if you're not our race, and I'm. Them angels ain't gon' spare nobody. And yes, they know your name. Them angels ain't gon' spare nobody. And yes, they know your name.
Watching, watching, watching.
Them angels watch.
Watching, watching, watching.
Them angels watch.
10 times, right in the sun.
10 times.
10 times, right in the sun.
10 times.
10 times, right in the sun.
Them angels watch.
10 times, right in the sun.
Angel in the corner, one across the room.
Eyes of the Lord, spirit built for vengeance. Contemplating doom. Send up prayers, gotta get them to the Father. Hope you hear me, Abba. Yours truly got a sharp sword for the unruly, so to keep the laws, it's my whole duty. It's a whole movie when they on the scene. Armor glisten and the garment gleam. Play no games, it's the winning team. Thought they wanted smoke, but they blowing steam. Get the most esteem to the highest. Pray for open eyes like Alicia. Make you shut up like Zachariah. And break you down like a scripture. Ain't no hide and seek. Here's where the pride to be. That mean we gotta be proven. That mean it can't be no confusion. Cause nobody else for the choosing. What you just saw, no illusion, interdimensional. You fit in your lust is provisional, but that lake of fire ain't ended, no. Gotta know.
Them angels ain't gon' spare nobody. And yes, they know your name. Them angels ain't gon' spare nobody. Nobody.
Just watch. Watching, watching, watching. Them angels watch. Watching, watching, watching. Them babies watching 10 times, right in the side. 10 times, 10 times, right in the side. 10 times, 10 times, right in the side. Them babies watching 10 times, right in the side.
You came and died for me. It's just the love you have. Straight out of Calvary, yeah. It's just the love you have. Rose after Friday, amazing. You never doubted me. It's just the love you have.
For me.
Yeah, me up. Made a life decision, got them looking funny. Now they don't want me around me. Cutting folks out like the leaves on a tree. Cause I be 10 toes deep. Wasn't for the Lord, I probably never found me. Wasn't for the Lord, I'd be stuck on Pie Street.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
What up, though? What up, though? Welcome back to Surreal Sundays. I'm your host, Old School X at 9. And tonight we're going to be getting into the Obamas. Yeah. Reunited and it feels so good. All right. That's right. Obama addressed the divorce rumors. Also, on Michelle Obama's podcast, they got into some real heavy topics, family dynamics, fatherhood, things of that nature. And then they went into mentorship. And Obama brought up something that was pretty interesting. So we're going to dig into that. Plus, we got some stuff going on that we want to talk about as far as Fina Muhammad with the deletion at the McDonald's. We got some Surreal Sunday Super Snatch material. What we got going on with that? A mother abandons a kid at a Walmart. Okay. And we're gonna talk about in this week's tidbit in health and alternatives or things that may help you kick the sugar. All right. So it's titled "No Luck Giving Up Sugar. Eat This." So we're gonna find out what else we can eat that may help us get away from that sugar addiction. That hot video. So without further ado, you know how we do. Let's get it.
You are now listening to some old school shit. Yeah, welcome back to Surreal Sundays. Welcome back. Welcome back. All right, so let's get into the chat. Let's see what's going on. See what's going on. All right, all right. Who we got in the house? We got Mrs. O. Mrs. O is in the house. Yeah. Mrs. O is in the house. What's going on, Mrs. O? How you be tonight? All right. Who else we got going on in the chat? 18. 18 is in the house. What's going on, 18? Peace, strength, and grace. Peace and blessings to you also, 18. Yeah. 18 is in the house. All right. All right. So we're going to get into the Obamas and what have you. See what they talking about. You know, Michelle Obama got a podcast going on and what have you. And to a degree, I was a little refreshed when they finally addressed the rumors, okay? However, I do have a thought along with that. So let's get right into it. Let's see what's going on. You dig? Let's go.
a Airbnb
I
devotee.
am. I've really changed my behavior.
Uh-huh.
But
How's this one?
this one's really nice.
Mhm.
This one's really nice because it's just ordinary. It's like an ordinary spot. It's
Are you
not
in a neighborhood
grand.
this time?
I'm in a neighborhood, can walk around and right across from a church.
How far are you close to us?
I'm about 2 miles from
Okay.
here. So it
All
took
right.
me like 20 minutes to get here this
All
morning.
right, that's good.
It's really a neat.
It's good to have you here.
It's good to be here.
And we've got a very special guest today.
This is
Let me stop and say very special. Someone near and dear.
This
my
is the
heart.
episode that everyone's been waiting for.
Because
With bated breath, because we have my brother-in-law, your husband,
my man.
the former president of the United States.
He made time in his busy schedule
he's
to
just
come on
so
IMO. We are
busy.
just so grateful. We
He
have the
squeezed
former
us-
president of the United States. We are honored.
to have Barack Obama join us.
Barack Obama, can you join us on
Come
our
on
set?
out here, brother.
Welcome
man.
to IMO. Look at you.
Wait, you guys like each other?
Oh yeah, really, huh?
That's so
The
nice.
rumor mill. It's my husband, y'all.
She took me back.
Now don't start.
I can't.
It was touch and go for a while.
It's so nice to have you both in the same room
I
together.
know.
I know, because when we aren't, folks think we're divorced.
Look, let me tell you. First of all, see, I'm in Wichita, Kansas, for Austin's tournament, and
Now she made a quick comment. She said, "We together, and when we're not, people think that we are divorced." And I said that I was happy to see that they addressed the rumor finally. But, and this is my thought along with this, is that you had this man go to the inaugural for Trump by himself. I haven't heard anything about you being, under the weather or anything like that, or any type of extenuating circumstance that will give you a legitimate excuse not to be there. I cannot recall in my history of seeing a married president not have the first lady or former first lady next to you, especially in those type of events. You found that it was an opportunity to be your own person. It was your time, and you was tired of doing what you had been doing for 8 years while he was president. That's not cool. Not at all. Not at all. And when you do things like that, you talk about the rumor mill. Well, shit, you crank the motherfucker up. You turned the lights on, powered up everything. You know what I'm saying? Opened the dam up, got that mill going. You did that. And that's not cool. Not only are you at a certain level in this society where you shouldn't behave in that manner unless you have a legitimate excuse other than selfish reasons, you should be in attendance there. And that's just the bottom line. You was not only representing on that front, but also you are a representation of the black family, the foundation of our community, which is the black family, and you provide that imagery that we so desperately need to see. And you found it to be a time to flex your feminist muscles. That shit ain't cool. I think it was another occasion, not only the inaugural, but it was another occasion that you didn't attend with Barack, that you supposed to have been there with. That's a good point, Mrs. O. That's an excellent point. Mrs. O says, I believe Michelle is doing damage control. That shit wasn't cool at all. The only representation that we have ever had in the White House, and you found it a way to fuck it up. Oh, a funeral for, it was, God dog it, he was in the 70s. He was a president in the 70s. I want to say Carter. Was it Carter? I think it was Carter. Yeah, Carter. So I hope we don't see that again. Cause that was some bullshit. So let's get back into the rest. That was my thought about that. You know what I'm saying? She brought up the rumor mill and everything, but you cranked that motherfucker up. You got it going. So that's your bad. So let's go and see what else they got going on in the podcast.
This podcast has made me quite popular.
You're big shot.
Famous.
And people come up to me all the time. This woman came up to me and she was so nice. She's like, can I have a picture? Yeah. And then, so you know how you get the side hug? And she's like, what did he do?
And you knew she was going to say what he did.
He. And I was like,
it wasn't like, what happened to him?
That is so
it was like,
terrible.
How'd he mess up?
How'd he mess up? And I said, well, what makes you think he messed up? Why couldn't it have been
why
her?
did you just say no one messed up?
Well, because I wanted to keep this conversation going so that I could tell you about it.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, what? And she's like, he did something, didn't he? I was like, don't worry, everything's fine. And let me tell you, she was so happy, you would have thought I gave her a Christmas gift.
These are the kinds of things that I just miss, right? So I don't even know this stuff's going on.
Right.
And then somebody will mention it to me, and I'm all like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There hasn't been one moment in our marriage where I thought about quitting my man. And we've had some really hard times, so we have had a lot of fun times, a lot.
Okay, not quitting you, man, but, showing them up. You did that. You did that. You did that. And rather Barack Obama, he's, he doing what he do, you know what I'm saying? However he feels like he need to manage his affairs or what have you, you know what I'm saying? But you make Obama look like this.
Like the grapes that thrive on the vine. Oye, Mariano's on his way. He told me that the man of my dreams.
That's right. That's how you made Obama look.
A lot of adventures, and I have become a better person because of the man I'm married to.
Okay, don't make me cry now. Right at the beginning of the show.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Don't let me start tearing up now.
And welcome to IMO.
Welcome to IMO. get you all teared up. See, but this is why I can't talk. See, you can take the hard stuff, but when I start talking about the sweet stuff, you're like, stop, no, I can't do it.
No, I love it. I'm enjoying it.
But thank you, honey, for being on our show. Thanks for making the time. We got,
you guys are doing
we
good.
got a great.
Of course, I've been listening.
Yeah. What? Any tips? Any? Any observations?
Craig can tighten up a little bit. You're doing great.
Thanks, honey.
Hey,
that's why we're married for.
I got you covered.
I thought so.
See, now that's what a brother-in-law is for, folks.
Absolutely.
Well, we've got a question today from a listener in San Francisco named Emma.
Okay, I want to hear from Emma.
And let's hear from Emma so we can dive into this topic.
Hi, Michelle and Craig. I have 3 younger brothers and am a new mom to a 1-year-old little boy. What can we do to change the fact that we raise our girls and we love our boys? There is so much dialogue on raising strong, independent women, but how can we raise emotionally intelligent, competent men? I am deeply concerned by the ideology promoted to my younger brothers online. I want to raise a young man who sees through those ideas. How can we energize the discussion around raising young men that want to change these oppressive and even violent dynamics?
Now, before we dig in, you two have raised 2 wonderful daughters and have taught them numerous lessons. And I just want to hear from Barack how you approached raising your daughters, because this was obviously before you got to the White House. So
the question is, how do we raise emotionally intelligent men? How do we raise them? And then the person who sent in the question alluded to the resources on the internet and what have you, and in a way, not in a way, actually said that this information that's out here on masculinity can potentially be dangerous, violent. So there's already a premise set. It's already a premise set. Now, they go on and they talk about, raising the kids and the different styles or what have you. And they went into talking about how Barack, he helped with the kids when they was babies and what have you. He took the night shift because he's a night owl anyway. And what have you, how helpful he was in raising the kids and what have you, especially while they was in their infancy and what have you, where they, you pretty much needed to be on top of them 24/7. He did the night shift and what have you, and things of that nature, and nothing's wrong with that. Any father would, any father worth his salt would do those things. I did it. There's plenty of diapers I done changed. There's plenty of times I got up in the middle of the night, warmed up the bottle, half sleep, you know what I'm saying? Feed the baby, get burped on, get spit up on, gotta clean them up, clean myself up, changing diapers, and then both my boys. I don't know if my girl did it, but I know both my boys, when I was changing their diaper, they decided to shoot a little shot of shit on my shirt. You know what I'm saying? So we all, any father worth their salt will do that thing. Okay. Nothing's wrong with that and what have you. However, he did not have the opportunity to raise boys. Okay. So can he relate to this question? I do not believe so. However, Obama does talk about himself, goes into himself being raised without a father. Let's get into it.
And then my grandfather was older. He's white, generationally different. A good heart, but it was troubled in a lot of ways and had issues. So I didn't have like the obvious role model the way you did of, all right, here's how you are a dad. And I didn't really have a bunch of uncles around or other immediate family father figures. So I'm kind of piecing it together. And
which is true for so many. That's the story for so many boys growing up these days.
I mean, in that sense, I think as unusual as my background was, that part of it isn't that unusual, right? It was kind of typical.
And I came up the same way. I was raised by my grandmother, all right? So no men. The men that was there in the house, he passed away in 88, okay? And that was my grandmother's fornicating partner, okay? And that's what it is. We don't say boyfriend or girlfriend. We say what it is, a fornicating partner, okay? And story has it that she didn't want to get married. All right. And it had to stem from her first marriage, which went obviously south because now she's with this man. And, I was in the same house from, I don't know, 78, 77 to I grew up in that dynamic from 1977 or probably 76, because it's from 76 all the way up to 88. So it was a man in the house. All right. So what's that? That puts me at age 11, almost, about almost, I was turning 12, I believe, when he passed that year. So does that make sense? I believe that's what it is. Yep. So, and he really didn't teach me anything, you know, more than, okay, he taught me how to cut the grass and what have you. He helped with my homework and what have you. But and I believe I was probably, well, you're never too young to start instilling into your boys um how to operate in the world. Okay. Training starts immediately, I believe. Okay. So in regards to um how to move, how to conduct yourself, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. Um, it wasn't taught per se. Now he corrected me, he disciplined me when I was doing kid shit. But in regards to, um, teaching your boys, what to look for, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, that wasn't there. And probably if he would have lived, and as I got older, that probably would have kicked in because he, thinking back on it, he wasn't absent in the house. He was there. He played and he did play uh, a role. He did help my grandmother. Um, and there could have been some role blocking or what have you with the grandmother or what have you. I don't know. I'm not even about to speculate all into that. But that was my upbringing. And then at 88, after that, it was nothing else. Okay. So Barack came up like most of us. And then when it comes to actually learning to be a man. I've shared this in earlier shows. Um, that development didn't start until my 20s. And then you start seeking out mentors, you know what I'm saying, to learn and study up under and what have you. And well, that didn't come about as well. So a lot of the stuff was pretty much trial and error, a lot of bumping my head and what have you. So let's get back into what Obama's talking about.
And I think a couple of things happened. Now, I was loved, and that's a starting point, right? The people who were around me cared about me, and I never felt an absence of that. And the second thing I think you learn to do when you're in that situation is, all right, I got to sort of, I have to adopt role models. Mm-hmm. I got to piece them together and get a sense of, all right, what does it mean to be a man? Now, later on, as I got older, you'd start recognizing that some of the ideas about manhood that were being given to us back in the 70s and the 80s, not all of them were great, right?
Can I ask you both to talk about what manhood meant for you? What it meant for you when you were little boys coming up, what you thought it was, and what you then came to understand it to actually be?
Well, I don't remember maybe when I was a really young child, other than the idea that guys were strong, they didn't whine, they were tough.
They were expected to go to work.
They worked
and provide.
And I don't know why that aspect is frowned upon, you know, because the fact of the matter is, as men, you do not get sympathy or empathy for your sob story. Okay? I learned that through my first divorce. When I would tell my sob story and, you know, actually looking for, I don't know what the hell I was looking for, but what I got was absolutely nothing. All you get is a damn dog, or or a blank look, or what have you. It's nothing that anyone can give you to fulfill you. Okay. And in fact, when you're hemming and hawing about your BS, you know, people frown upon that. Overall, in general, it's frowned upon. You expected to take it on the chin, pick yourself back up, dust off your shoulders, and keep it moving. So to say that men shouldn't whine and cry about their woes is supported by how the society deals with you when you do whine and cry about your woes. A good example of that is Tyrese. When he was going through it with his kids and the custody and everything, and he's crying and stuff on camera. No, nobody, you don't move nobody with that. And what you get in return, the response the world gives you is exactly what
I just expressed. You know what you look like when you whine and cry to the world about your woes? This is what you look like.
Like the grapes that thrive on the vine. Oye, Mariano's on his way. He told me that the man of my dreams.
That's what you look like. Okay. So let's get back into the video.
Right.
And protect.
Yes.
I mean, and I think back about Dad. I think when I'm thinking about Dad as a role model, I remember the fact that here you have a man who has MS, and he's getting up and he's going to work absolutely every day.
Right.
And he is not complaining. That's another thing. Men didn't complain.
You don't
back
complain.
then.
You're stoic.
You were, yeah, I love that word, stoic. Coach Carmody used to use that all the time, stoic. But our dad never complained. He never got up. He had a sense of humor. That was another thing that you learned from guys, is that you needed a sense of humor.
Right.
But one of the most important things that I remember is that you got along.
Got along
You
in
got
the world,
along,
period.
You got along with the other guys you were with. You got along with your teammates. You got along with your coworkers. Nobody wanted to be considered a jerk.
Now, I don't know exactly what he was getting at by getting along. I believe that's just a component of adulthood and what have you, where you learn how to present yourself approachable, friendly. The Bible tells us to do that thing. Okay. I don't believe you should bend your ways in order to seek love from whoever, especially when it comes to your spirituality, you know what I'm saying, or your morality. You know, you shouldn't undermine that in order to get along with someone. All right. So in that regards, that's being an adult and being a man by standing on your principles, and what have you, as long as they are righteous and just and what have you. But they go on into what being a man is and what have you. But then the conversation progresses. Barack goes into his experiences with his single mother and how she dealt with him. Wasn't negative or what have you. It was more like he went into the dynamic of um, as a youngster being able to solve problems. And he went into a situation where he was at the airport, or his mother dropped him off at the airport, and he at a young age he would fly alone. In this particular case, the mother forgets to provide him his passport. Okay, so at this point in time, there were not cell phones. So, and they was in Indonesia at the time. So he had to figure out how to solve this problem, which was he got a cab, and his thought was to get to his mother's office before she left, because he pretty much knew her routine. So he said, if I can get there before she leave, and what have you, and he was able to do that thing and get the passport or what have you. So problem solving and what have you. And that's another thing that a lot of us from my generation had to deal with. And we call that being latchkey, where the single parent, or even both, if you have both parents, they both had to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Or they both had to go to work. They didn't come home until after you got out of school. Then you had to. I had a key around my neck so I wouldn't lose my key, and I go home and let myself in and what have you. And I had specific things that needed to be done before uh, Mama got home. A lot of us went through that. Okay, so Barack goes into pretty much that type of dynamic coming up. They go into the representation of boyhood, black boyhood in the media, things of that nature. Lessons from their fathers and gender roles. I found this subject a little interesting.
At the barbershop, he didn't go to the gym, but in places where men hung out.
Right.
The record store, we would go to the record store every now and then, and he'd have a bunch of friends there. That sounds like an old
I know the record
idea,
store.
going to the record store.
Oh, it's come back.
It's come back.
Oh, has it? Okay, good. Good.
It's retro.
But those were some of the positive things. How to walk with mom when you're walking down the street. Always walk on the street side.
Yeah. On the street
And
side.
holding the door and opening the door for her, allowing her to go in. It was just things like that.
Right.
And then I'd have to really work at thinking of something negative that Dad did. But
well, what about? Let me ask this though. I mean, Dad also came home, put his feet up. He didn't always cook. Or he didn't do dishes. He didn't do.
But you have to remember that I was thinking at the time that was okay because he was at work all day and he needed to.
And yeah, that's still okay. At the time, I was thinking at the time that was okay. At that time and right now, that's okay. If the man is working and the wife is at home, why do I need to come home and cook? I cook if I want to. If I don't, it shouldn't be a problem. You get your ass in there, and better yet, already have the meal prepared when I step in the door. Why is that frowned upon? If you are a housewife, you're living you're living financially free, okay? You the support. What you do is keep the house together, and you make sure you take care of all the stuff so the man don't have to worry about and spend time doing other shit. He can focus on making the money. Now, I have a thing where I may cook once, very seldom twice out the year. My wife is at home. She don't work. Now, she can cook. That doesn't tax her too much because she does have uh, disabilities that she's dealing with. That doesn't I don't put nothing on her that she cannot handle. For example, I have one of those industrial mop buckets, right? And a really heavy mop. That's what I like to use and what have you. That's She has to exert too much physical effort to manipulate that, to maneuver with that. So who does the floors? I do the floors because it's a heavy task. She's a fall risk. The washer and dryer is downstairs. So I do the washing of the clothes. And that's how we work. And what have you. So there's not a problem with the wife doing traditional wife roles. That should not be uh, frowned upon. It should not be considered slavery. What else you doing? And a lot of women have the attitude, well, I'm giving him my box, my time. You know what I'm saying? Well, he's giving you himself as well and his time. He works outside the house, you work inside the house. Y'all both getting off. There's an even exchange there. There's an even exchange with the workload. And in my mind, I would like to believe that most men will do some house chore. Most men take care of the yard, the maintenance of the house, the heavy cleaning that may require what I just expressed as an example. So there's nothing wrong with traditional gender roles. Okay, hey, would a man be frowned upon if he started feeling like, well, a certain way because he's the sole breadwinner? Should he start complaining? If he starts complaining about being a sole breadwinner, what happens? People talk shit because that's expected of a man. What's the problem? And then you have cats like this undermining traditional gender roles. You know what you look like when you undermine traditional gender roles? This is what you look like.
Like the grapes that thrive on the vine. Oye, Mariano's on his way. He told me that the man of my dreams.
That's what you look like. That's what you look like. Let's get back into the video.
Rest, and mom was always cooking. So, but that's a good one. That's a good potential negative.
Gender role.
That is not a potential negative at all. But listen to what Barack says. I want you to listen to the adjective used to describe the noun.
Very clear division.
Very clear gender roles.
Very clear.
Clear gender roles. Clear gender roles. That means if it's not like that, it's fuzzy, unclear gender roles. And when something's not clear, something is fuzzy or hazy, a mix, that's a potential negative. You cannot have two CEOs. You cannot have two pilots. You have a pilot and a co-pilot. You cannot have two head coaches. You have a head coach and an assistant coach. So why is this dynamic being fucked with? Because ultimately, at the end of the day, women have an Eve spirit. They have an Eve spirit. Uh-oh. We got somebody that joins the chat, joining the chat. Mom in the house. What's going on, Mom? Mom is in the house. Yeah. What's going on, Mom? What's happening? So, he said it himself, and it's still up here. Let me get back on. It's still up here. It's on the caption. Very clear gender roles. Says it himself. And he don't even realize what he said.
And I thought, okay, I'm going to do the positive things and then sort of expose Avery, who's my oldest, to less of the negative things.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to remember, Avery's 33. So he didn't have to worry. We didn't have to worry about social media.
Mm-hmm.
There was very little internet stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we really focused on how to behave out in public as a guy, or I should say, how to get along, how to treat girls, how to have conversations. But with Austin and Aaron, it's more of how do you deal with social media?
Yeah.
And which was in Forever,
Mm-hmm.
the whole premise of the show. What are you supposed to say when you do
Is
that?
this a spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Was a video that got leaked.
Mm-hmm.
So they're starting to transition into another topic. So we're going to fast forward to the title of the show. When they're going into role models, mentorship.
Own adaptability has opened doors for me. Indeed's mission is to empower everyone to leverage their skills for better work. Whether adaptability is a skill you have or not.
I do want to talk to Emma as a mother, because she's a mother trying to figure this out. And I do think there's a question, like the original question of why do we love our sons and raise our daughters? And I think that's something worth sort of talking through among mothers, because sadly, many mothers are parenting alone, which is a huge problem. I think Scott Galloway, there are other researchers out there who say that one of the challenges that boys face is that there just aren't enough men in their lives. You know, the men have disappeared. Sadly, many because she's a mother trying to figure this out. And I do think there's a question, like the original question of why do we love our sons and raise our daughters? And I think that's something worth sort of talking through among mothers, because sadly, many mothers are parenting alone, which is a huge problem. I think Scott Galloway, there are other researchers out there who say that one of the challenges that boys face is that there just aren't enough men in their lives. You know, the men have disappeared, whether through divorce or fatherhood. There are small numbers of male teachers in high schools. boys are growing up in an education system where they're mostly surrounded by women.
Right.
Barack, you've talked about the fact that the entire education system isn't even designed to recognize boys and what they need. So, what do we say to Emma? Because again, we don't know.
That's 100% correct. The education system is not set up to help boys, give them the support that they need. Okay, I'm a victim of this right here, where you have a boy. They're more fidgety. They move around a little bit more. They got, what I'm saying. You gotta have different tactics and what have you to try and capture their attention on whatever that may be, right? So, what do you do with boys like this? You slap them on Ritalin. You classify them ADHD and slap them on Ritalin, on Ritalin. You try and medicate the kid to death and what have you, that brings up other issues and what have you. There's not, if you don't encourage and spark interest into certain disciplines, to certain demographics, you will not have a representation of that demographic that you are not targeting. That's why there are not as many male teachers as it is women teachers. Where do you see, if you do see men in the school, a lot of times they're in the administrative level, or they're the janitor, or they're the security. You'll see them you'll see them more in as the counselor and the coach. That's where you see the men at in the schools. In the classroom, not as much. And there's a reason for that. And of course, the girl's going to get the attention because the teacher is a woman. So that naturally, that's a natural bias. Because you already know where that child generally is coming from, what they're dealing with. You know how to manage it better, naturally. And that's why, and that's the same demographic, that's the same that's the same situation with a mother and a son. That's why she can't raise a boy on her own. I can recant that statement to a degree. She can, maintain a boy and what have you, and bring him up, feed him, and do her best. But there are facts, data that says that a child being raised in a single mother household has less success than a child being raised in a single fathered household. Let's get back to the video.
Whether she's parenting alone or whether she has a husband. But I do think that mothers struggle to figure out what do their sons need. And so they wind up operating out of their own fears and their own instincts, which is to love unconditionally. I think mom was like this. She raised me to be tough because I think she knew what it was like to be a woman. In her mind, she knew what she was preparing me for. the insults, the limitations, the whatever you
The
you can think
sexism,
of,
the
the
biases.
sexism, the biases. So she knew you have to have a mouth. You have to be able to speak up
Right.
for yourself. With you, she wanted you to be nice so that you wouldn't get in trouble or you
Right.
wouldn't get arrested. But was that who you were? So what do we say to the Emmas of the world? How do we sort of start thinking as a society about helping mothers
Right.
raise sons, because they're
Right.
doing it alone, and we're being told that we don't have what it takes to give boys all of what they need?
Well, look, I think you started hinting.
You stop systematic processes that enable women to destroy men. Get rid of no fault divorces. If I ain't whipped your ass, if I ain't commit adultery, what is the other reason for you to leave? I'm just not happy no more. And no, what you really want is to hop back on the ding dong carousel. You want to be a side piece to somebody. You think that you can find something better. Oh, well, this man hasn't, I don't think he's working hard enough so I can get the Louis Vuittons and the red bottoms and the 3,000, 4,000 square foot house for 600,000, 700,000 so I can show off to my friends. He can't afford the big ring. So I'm gonna go and leave him and try and get something better. And you end up getting used up. Stop enabling women to destroy families for no legitimate reason. That's one. Stop providing programs to women that enable them to not be interested in a family, in a balanced union. What happened to what they used to call it the Big Brother Little Brother program when I was coming up? They don't have things like that no more. They've taken carpentry out of the schools. They've taken fabrication, automobile mechanics, and body work. They've taken all that out the schools. They've even taken home ed out. They don't even have home ed. They've taken so many tools away from not only the boys, from the kids altogether. And the only thing that they pushing is Tom and Tim are daddies and all that BS and what have you. And introducing to our children how to have homosexual relationships. honest to God truth, I didn't know how two men got together till I was late teens, 19, 20. Straight up. Straight up. But they getting that education in elementary, middle school. Well, let's finish this right here. Cause I know, yeah, I was sheltered. And for in a way it was good, and in a way it wasn't. But be that as it was more good than anything else and what have you. Some stuff you need to shield your kids from and what have you. They don't need to know stuff until they out in the world being an adult. Some stuff needs to be they don't need knowledge of because it opens doors for exploration. So when you come across stuff as an adult, you have a foundation, a moral foundation. You have some type of reasoning skills, and this new information's been presented to you, and then you can make a sound decision on whether to engage or leave it alone. Kids are not like that. Kids like to get into shit. And then when you teach them some stuff, they want to try some stuff. It's totally wicked and what have you. But let's get back into what they was talking about.
Hinting at it. As somebody who was raised by a single mom, not perfectly, but that unconditional love as a start is the right one.
Mm-hmm.
I do think, though, thinking about raising boys in the same way you're thinking about raising daughters, which is how do you make them good, responsible people who know how to function and know how to understand themselves well enough that they can navigate this really complicated world and setting high expectations. So there are a lot of these things that apply to boys and girls. I do think that there are some particular issues with boys that as a society we're not addressing. I do think as a society we have to create more structures for boys and men to have guidance, rituals, frameworks, encouragement, to be able to meet a wide range of role models so that whatever their inclinations, they can see a path to success that isn't just sports or money, making a lot of money. And so that's on all of us together. What I would say to Emma would be, in your community, even if you have a wonderful male partner who's in the house, I think it still would be good to find assets in the community, people in the community, friends in your community, places of worship, community organizations, what have you, where there are a bunch of men who can be sort of elders to boys. And so they're not just looking at one particular role model, but many. And one of the things when Michelle and I first started dating and I'd go over to your guys' house, one of the things I loved was just, seeing all your uncles and your cousins And there were a bunch of different kinds of men.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there were men that were kind of soft-spoken, and then there were men that were loud, and there were men who were engineers, and then there were men who were
police officers,
or they drove, you know,
a jitney
cab.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one of the things that I think a lot of times boys need is not just exposure to one guy.
One dad.
One dad. No matter how good the dad
is. He can't be everything.
He can't be everything. And that boy may need somebody to give the boy some perspective on the dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
One of the most valuable things I learned as a guy was I had a gay professor in college at a time when openly gay folks still weren't out of line, who became one of my favorite professors and was a great guy and would call me out when I started saying stuff that was ignorant. You need that to show empathy and kindness. And by the way, you need that person in your friend group so that if you then have a boy who's gay or non-binary or what have you, they have somebody that they can go, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
And that's the title of the show, what he just said right there. A gay professor. One of the things that is fucked up is that he knew his professor was gay. The professor's there to teach. What does your private life have to do with this class that I'm paid for? It's a mixture. The lines are no longer there. Okay, especially with that community amongst us. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nobody going running out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm heterosexual. I'm heterosexual. I like the opposite sex. We don't do that thing. But they always got to make it known what they do at night. Another problem that I had with what he said, you need this in your friend group. No, you don't. In case you have a boy who is that way. No, you don't. Because that's a vile, immoral, dark lifestyle that produces nothing but death. What comes out of that? Absolutely nothing. Life don't come out of it. Two people of the same sex do not create a life. Mrs. O says something very profound. She said something very profound. Let me get my. Why would you want a sexual deviant around your children? So this is, let's not just say, okay, look, dig. Would you want a convicted, someone who's on the registry who has a history of dealing with kids, would you want them around your kid? Because, um, for some reason you want your child to, I'm trying to come up with a scenario to flip it, but isn't the same dynamic. Would you want your child around, oh, here we go, a gangbanger? Let's put a gangbanger in your friends group. So now your kid coming home, you know, they stacking and well, hey, they got their hat cracked to the left. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the lingo going on. More so than not, people in that lifestyle are attracted to children. Why would you want that around your children? Well, let's see, because see, the world is flipped upside down. Okay, and we can speculate all
Like
day.
the grapes that thrive on the vine.
We can speculate all day, but let's go to the facts. Let's go to the scripts. Okay, let's do that. Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found that God have made man upright. That's for those who say, I was born this way. I can't control it. This is who I am. It's in my genes. The scripts say God hath made man upright. But what did you do? You sought out many inventions. You sought out many inventions. Mom said, try to have positive men around, help teach your sons to become men. Absolutely. And who are positive men? Men that work, legitimate jobs, men who are legitimate entrepreneurs, men who have a proven track record of being stand up, having a moral fabric about themselves that aligns with the scriptures. Not one is gonna say, uh, you know, um, this is how you get abroad and be this and a H that and things of that nature. Or someone who's gonna hey, you still a virgin, dog? Oh man, let me go hook you up with Lulu around the corner. Throw her $20 to get you experienced for your birthday. Those not the men you want. Men around the children that will teach them something, give them some type of life skill, put them up on how to move, how to behave. Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. 1 Corinthians 6:9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. Leviticus 20:13. If man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. That means the top and the bottom guy are both gay. And they both are sinners. They are both in an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be put upon them. Romans 1:26. For this cause God gave them up to vile affections. For even their women did change the natural use into which is against nature. So that goes for the lesbians. Oh, God knows my heart. He hates the sin, not the sinner. Ecclesiasticus 12:6. For the Most High hateth sinners, and he will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. We just destroyed every angle they come up with. You're not born with it. The statement, God hates the sin, not the sinner, is a lie. That behavior was once in the psychiatry books as a mental condition. It's not natural. Something is wrong with you. And you should not want these people around your children unless you want your family line to stop with them, because they produce absolutely nothing. This was disappointing that Obama went this direction. So, no, don't put those people around your children. To enable them to, the kids, to introduce them to that lifestyle if they already showing tendencies, to help enable them and make them embolden and encourage the behavior. No, absolutely not. Those are my thoughts on what Obama has said. Congratulations on the Obamas for not divorcing, what have you, because nowhere in uh, when Michelle does throw shade on Barack, she has never said that he's stepped out or put his hands on him. So
even though they still are married and they publicly say they're going that's not even a thought. You know, everything is what it is in their household and what have you. Michelle still need to have some behavior changes and what have you. She is still in many ways not honoring her husband. Okay. Okay. And you're making your husband look like this.
Like the grapes that thrive on the vine. Oye, Mariano's on his way. He told me that the man of my dreams.
Okay. Stop making your husband look like that. All right. Next up, Afina Muhammad. Where we at in the show? We are hour 35 minutes in the show. I'm not trying to rock all night. I got to get up in the morning and do man shit, like go to work. So, thank you. Get into this deletion by this girl, and man, this is very interesting. Go ahead and get this up.
Showers, please approach for the swear to. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear that the information being provided is true and accurate to the best of your information, knowledge, and belief, subject to penalties of perjury?
I do.
Put your hand down. With regard to the defendant, Afani Muhammad, please set forth a factual basis for the warrant request.
Yes, Your Honor. On 7/10/25, McDonald's employee Afeni Muhammad stabbed McDonald's manager Jennifer Harris multiple times with a kitchen knife at the McDonald's restaurant at 179219 Mile. Harris was not armed at the time and died of her injuries. Prior to the stabbing, Muhammad was sent home by Harris for not performing her work duties and told Harris, "I'll be back." Muhammad was arrested on scene and the knife was recovered. Muhammad admitted that she intended to kill Harris and stated that after she was sent home, she drove to a nearby park, decided to come back and stab Harris with a knife that she had inside of her vehicle. When Muhammad returned to stab Harris, she entered the back entrance with a hooded mask over her face in an attempt to conceal her identity and attempted to flee the scene after the stabbing, but was stopped by an armed customer.
And the requested charges are murder in the first degree, count 2, dangerous weapon carrying with unlawful intent, and there's a habitual second notice offense. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
The warrant is being signed and we can proceed to arraignment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Calling file number 25354, People versus Afani Badu Muhammad. Counsel appearances for the record, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Sean Hayden, public on behalf of the people.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Please, this honorable court, ma'am, hearing on behalf of Mrs. Muhammad, who does appear to be asleep.
Your name, please, ma'am?
Afeni Muhammad.
Very good. You're here today for arraignment on the charges of murder in the first degree, premeditated, count 2, carrying a weapon with unlawful intent, and a habitual second notice. Mr. Licata, how does your client wish to proceed?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. At this time, my client is asking the court to enter a not guilty plea, and this matter set for a probable cause conference and a preliminary exam. I have advised my client of her rights, as well as the charges against her and the potential penalties. We are ready to proceed on those grounds.
Very good. Ma'am, do you understand the nature of the charges against you to your satisfaction after talking to your attorney?
Yes.
Very good. I will go ahead and enter a not guilty plea on your behalf. Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
I will appoint an attorney to represent you. We'll set this matter for a probable cause conference on July 23rd, 2025 at 1 p.m. The preliminary examination will be on July 30th, 2025 at 1 p.m. As to bond, Mr. Licata.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Just briefly, my client is 26 years old, does live in the great city of East Point. Your Honor, my client is a high school graduate. In fact, is actually was taking some online classes for college for a physical therapy degree. Your Honor, there are some disturbing facts in this particular matter, but there are facts that haven't been brought out yet, and my client is extremely anxious to have those facts brought to light during the pendency of this case. She was in an extremely abusive relationship that was not only mental but physical, that involved alcohol issues, which is where the habitual second stems from, and her prior record. Your Honor, my client is a helpful person. She's a giving person. She's actually is credited with saving a life because of a 60-year-old who had skin cancer that she may go to the doctor to find out that that's exactly what it was, and that person is doing extremely well right now. I understand the facts that have been laid out today in the warrant, but at this time, Your Honor, we are asking the court to consider a bond in this matter that is appropriate, that my client can meet so that she can meet with her attorneys and prepare her for defense in this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. On behalf of the people?
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Pursuant to court rule, the court is well within its authority to grant no bond involving any case involving murder. In this case, we are requesting no bond for this defendant. Also provided within the court rules are certain factors for this court to consider when determining whether to grant any bond at all, and in this case, we are requesting no bond as I indicated. First of all, the court can consider whether or not this defendant is a threat to the community. She entered a public building with other individuals, other employees that were present. She produced a weapon that was a knife longer than 3 inches, and she stabbed the victim multiple times, up to possibly as many as 15 times, eventually causing her death. There were other employees that were present at the time, some of which attempted to help the victim after the stabbing occurred. That alone is enough to show that there is a threat to the community. She then ran from the building to her vehicle, presumably with the intent to flee from the scene. She was stopped by a helpful bystander. You're also able to consider the likelihood of conviction in this case, given the facts as laid out by Detective Showers and the information that the prosecutors have reviewed in order to charge this defendant. There is a very high likelihood of conviction. And then finally, the defendant does have a prior instance of at least one that I'm aware that involved a stabbing, similar obviously to the stabbing that occurred in this case involving a knife. So given all of those factors, and given the fact that this court does have authority to give no bond to defendants charged with murder, I am asking at this time for no bond in this case.
Thank you, counsel. The court has reviewed the charges and the circumstances surrounding this case. The defendant is facing various serious charges, including murder in the first degree, which is one of the most serious criminal offenses in our state, carrying penalties up to life without parole. Additionally, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent further underscores defendant's potential threat to public safety. Defendant has a prior criminal record out of Virginia for malicious wounding. It was actually felony malicious wounding that was reduced to unlawful bodily injury concerning a stabbing, and that is what gives rise to the habitual second. And in determining bond, the court must look to the factors outlined in Michigan Court Rule 6.106. Number 1, the seriousness of the offense and the danger posed to the community. The charges here involved a violent crime with a weapon, indicating a substantial risk to the public. The court finds there is a significant threat to public safety, and therefore the bond must reflect that risk. Number 2, the weight of the evidence against the defendant. While the evidence is not fully before us and the defendant is cloaked with the presumption of innocence, the nature of the charges along with the prior criminal history suggests that there is substantial evidence against the defendant. Defendant's criminal history: the defendant has a violent criminal past. The history supports the court's concern that the defendant may engage in further violent conduct if she is released. The defendant's ties to the community: while the defendant is relatively young at 26 years of age, there's no indication that she has any significant stabilizing ties to the community that would ensure her return for court appearances. Without these ties, the court is concerned about the likelihood of flight. Number 5, defendant's risk of fleeing or failing to appear. Due to the severity of the charges and the habitual offender status, it makes the defendant a high risk for flight. The court finds that this factor weighs heavily in favor of a high bond amount. Substance abuse or mental treatment, although there are no reports at this time suggesting that the defendant suffers from mental health or substance abuse issues that would mitigate the risks posed by defendant's release, the court is, after considering all of these factors, going to be setting bond at $25 million cash surety only with conditions. If the defendant is able to meet those conditions, she must be on a GPS steel cuff tether. She's not to leave the state of Michigan. She is to report her address within 24 hours of, she must report any change of address within 24 hours. There would be stringent daily contact with community corrections as to her whereabouts. She also would be required to have alcohol and drug testing as condition of her release. There would be no contact with the family of the decedent. Any witnesses, she is not to return to McDonald's. And if she is unable to post the $25 million bond, she will remain in custody pending further proceedings. And that concludes this matter for today. We will see you back here, ma'am, on July 23rd at 1 o'clock for your probable cause conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're all set, ma'am.
I am the ex-employee from Taco Bell that she did, stab. She is really crazy. These are just a couple of my old marks.
Welcome to Opinionated News, where the you is always for you. I'm your host, Miss Open, and I'm open in mind, heart, and spirit. So anytime I'm here, you are welcome. Opinionated News presents the Afeni Muhammad story, An Unjust System. The tragic events that occurred at the East Point, Michigan McDonald's on July 10th, 2024 to her social media after she heard about the tragic events of Jennifer Harris. Let's listen as Lola tells her experience of working with Afeni Muhammad.
I am the ex-employee from Taco Bell that she did, stab. She is really crazy. I feel so bad, and I'm so blessed and lucky because this easily could have been me. This is part one story time on what happened at my ex a long time ago job at Taco Bell with Afeni. Okay, so I waited to post the story time because I wanted to give the family time to a little bit of time to grieve and get their story out there and what happened and whatever happened. So this is back in 2019. We're living in, everybody knows where, they made that clear. And I was already there, and disclaimer, our manager at the time was a sweetheart manager. Afeni was how you guys see I came across her Instagram/Facebook. She was exactly how she is now, weird, on breaks. I'm talking about, forget her hiding in the McDonald's tunnel play thing for the kids, how she was. She was hiding behind our cars. The one time she climbed up under a guy's car at the job. Just to give you a bit of a clue, how cuckoo about she was.
So this monster has a history of just being totally unhinged. A-Team says she's going to a 23-in-1 facility. She will spend lots of time alone. The problem is that this young lady has a history of this. You stabbed somebody before. How they keep letting these people stay in society?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
It's crazy. Why if someone, I mean, we can go back to what we had touched on a little bit earlier about child predators. They have to register. Once you do the act once, you are pretty much shackled. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're let back out into the community again and what have you, but they have to register and stuff, and they have to stay away. You know, there's certain restrictions and things of that nature and what have you. With certain violent crimes, you know, you don't get you end up on the hook. You stay on the hook. This monster committed great bodily harm, if not second degree or attempted. So our system is like totally broken. Our kids are unprotected. The public is unprotected. You got people with violent histories walking around us every day. You know what I'm saying? And let one not take their pill that morning, and all hell breaks loose for everybody. Now, I wanted to show you this stuff right here. Went on her Instagram page. Went on her Instagram page. Here go one of her rants.
Like the fuck you telling us you pulled a gun out on your kids for? You sound like a fucking psychopath. That's what I wanted to tell her. She was talking about she blacked out. I'm like, yeah, you must have had blacked out if you pulled the gun out on your kids. Like, you know, like, I'm like, what the fuck you telling me this for? Like to think she's like trying to make it seem like that she big dog or some shit. Give a fuck about you telling me about you pulling the gun out on a kid. I don't fucking, like, that shit doesn't scare me. You know what I mean? That shit doesn't scare me. If she thought she was trying to intimidate me, that shit didn't intimidate me at all. I don't give a fuck about her telling me about what the fuck she did. Maybe that's why they always fighting her, to defend themselves. They probably felt like their life was threatened. The fuck out of here with that shit.
shit. Y'all class cars are done. Everybody don't deserve to be happy. The fuck I'm like trying to please everyone, and I watch y'all all doubt me. Chuck E. Cheese is the man I used to want it to be, until my lava cake enlightened me that I'm still the king of the sea. Now I'm trying to make a machine take over my soul, but now shit, y'all.
I was wrongfully treated today at work. I was literally physically tapped on a lot of times. My name kept getting called. I was doing a great job. I kept getting sabotaged, tempted, so my button can get pressed and I can go out of character. So although I went out of character, all I could say was stop talking to me. That's all I could say. Stop talking to me. And to walk into my space, still bothering me, and I said, get away from me. Please get out of my space if you don't mind. I can't talk right now, and you still continue to touch me. That made me very unhappy. It was ridiculous. Because I know that I'm a great person, and I know I won't be tolerating that. So since they decided to bully me, let the universe show them what's next. Because it wasn't right. It was ridiculous. And there will be hell to pay for that. Without a doubt. I said, I'm not, like, dude, I'm not getting the fucking storage with you, crazy. Like, he literally thought I'm thinking I'm gonna get a storage. I'm like, no, I'm getting my own storage. I'm not fucking sharing the storage with him. I don't really want to be around this idiot. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Bitch, I ain't gonna catch you. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. And bitch, I ain't gonna catch you.
What the hell is that? Straight demon. Straight demon. When I was looking at some of those videos on her Instagram, this came to mind. She's a straight up witch. I thought the same thing. Straight up witch. So we got somebody who needs to be heavily medicated walking around, ticking time bomb, and believes that everyone's a bully when she doesn't get her way, and the universe, i.e., her knife, is going to balance everything back out. So that's what
was going on. That's who they were dealing with. Okay. Just wanted to give you a little inside scoop of this monster's mindset and what have you. So they're in the beginning stages of her trial, and hope she gets everything that she's supposed to get. And they don't slap her wrist again, that she actually gets a 23-1. She needs a 24. Need to be locked up away, administrative segregation, and just throw her ass up in there, because she's unhinged. She's unhinged. They gonna put her up in there. She gonna cause problems up in there. She already she already shows that she ain't got a problem with shanking nobody. So she'll be that'd be like heaven for her, just shanking away, shaking everybody. Because there's plenty of bullies in prison. So, everybody got to get it. The universe got to get everybody up in wherever she's going. It's crazy. Absolutely bananas. So we're going to go into the latter part of our show. We got this week's tidbit in health, and we got that hot video. But before we get into that, Miss O got something to say to us. Miss O, go ahead and do your thing.
Shalom, family. This is Mrs. O. Thank you for joining our channel. If you enjoy our content, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel. If you would like to support our channel, you can do so by scanning the QR codes to the Cash App or the PayPal in the lower left corner. We would greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the show.
So what we got up next is this Surreal Sunday Super Snatch Shenanigans. A mother abandons her kid in a Walmart parking lot.
They don't matter. Okay, I'm a person. You left your kids alone.
On March 27th, 2022, officers were dispatched to Walmart following 2 reports of 2 children being left unattended in the parking lot for an extended period of time.
Hello. You call? Yeah. Okay. He's in here?
There's another little boy.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. I got another guy coming. He's going to go inside. So the one in here got out?
Mm-hmm. The little boy got out, and then I was like, oh, man, I hope his mom sees him. And then when I looked in there, I didn't see any adult. And I stepped out, and I was like, hey, come back. Because he started walking out for the street, and I didn't want him to get hit. I've been here for almost about 30 minutes.
Okay, so it's been a while.
It's been a little time.
All right. Appreciate you calling and
okay, yeah,
stay hanging around. So, all right, you guys have a good one.
Able to find out anything on name or?
No, he doesn't speak. No, he jumped up when he seen this one lady, but okay. Oh, no kisses. He was wandering in the parking lot. One lady yelled at the other lady, grabbed the kid. So she went over there to get him out of the street. And she's taking him to the lady. She's like, he's not my kid. I just seen him in the road.
Yeah.
So I walked back up because she said that there was a car parked next to her that had like a 6-year-old in the car seat by herself. So we went out there. The car was gone.
Oh, the other officer's out there with the car, right?
Oh, there's a car out there?
Because somebody else called also on it before he took off, and so we was already on the way for that one.
You want to go with your sister? You want me to go with you?
So he came out of that car. Is loss prevention even here? So we can attempt to find out how long.
Hi. Can I open the door? Oh, can you open the door? Can you open the door? Can you open the door? Oh, no, other one. Try the other one. Do it again. Do it again. Can you open up the door? Can you try and open up the door? Look, press that button. Yep, there you go. Yeah. You got it? Yeah. Hey, sweetie. Hey, where's your mom?
Well, I've been up here a good 30 minutes. About 20? I've been up here about 20, 30 minutes.
He's been up here a good 30 to 45 minutes.
I came up here to get a battery for my walkie. And he came to me and ain't left me.
Hit the unlock button. Does she know mom's name?
What's mommy's name? What's her name, sweetie? Here, let's go sit in my car.
No.
Do you want a sticker?
No.
You don't want a sticker? You want to go inside with mommy? Is this your child?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where have you been?
In the store.
In the store? In the store? How long were you in there for?
I'm gonna call you back.
57128. I'm out with the female.
Are y'all finna take them or something?
No,
I'm doing the best I can. If y'all finna take them, take them.
We're not gonna take your
Okay.
kids. Here's the thing.
I'm at my I'm at my wits. I can't.
Okay,
like,
here.
So.
We're not gonna take your kids. I get your.
I've been trying to get my. No, the police got my kids. I guess they had woke up in the car. I'm at O'Fallon at Walmart. I told them if he's finna take them, take them. I'm tired, doing the best I can. So.
Okay. Are you Destiny?
Yeah.
Okay.
Girl, I'm at Walmart. Girl, I don't know. My grandma waiting on me, so I don't know. He up in the So what's gonna happen?
Well, so what? I'm just showing up, honestly. Do you have any other kids with you?
I have a son.
He's inside with some other lady because he was walked into traffic.
He walked into traffic. Girl, I guess they woke up in the car.
No care at all. No. This woman wants them to take the kids. She's at her wit's end. Was you at your wit's end when you was making them? I'm at my wit's end because this stuff happens way too often. These people, and they don't even fly up underneath the radar. These people show signs. Family members peep shit. Don't nobody say nothing. And then if somebody do say something and CPS gets involved, they don't do their job. They don't do their job.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Let's speculate and come up with some other scenarios. Kids in the car. Police don't pull up. Abductors do. Now these kids is being trafficked. Or a child molester comes along and takes them for their own personal wants. Kids get out. One of the kids walked into the Walmart, I believe, and what have you. The kids running around in the parking lot. Car coming down the aisle, and a kid darts out from between the cars and gets hit. I mean,
What?
So, some lady saw two kids, like a 3-year-old, got out, walked into traffic, walked inside, nobody's around, and then she's saying that she was inside and she's doing the best she can.
Is that mom?
That's mom? Yeah.
Where's our reporting party? As long as we get a statement.
I already got
I
a
think the
statement.
statute says something about you already did.
Yeah.
So, how long have the kids been in here?
She said like 30 minutes.
All right.
How long have you been inside for?
Probably 10 minutes.
Okay, because we had a lady that saw. Well, she said somebody. Is there somebody else inside with you?
No.
Okay, so you're by yourself. So we had some other lady say that she saw nobody in the car for like 30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay.
So
where's your other child at?
I guess he up in there.
Well, we need to go get him.
Yeah, well, Brad's with him.
Okay.
Brad's with that kid. So here's the deal. Who else takes care of your kids? Just you? Okay.
and there's provisions for when you are at your wit's end. You can drop them off at the hospital.
You can contact whoever the hell it is you contact to give them up for adoption when you're at your wit's end.
Just me.
Just you.
It's just me. Nobody else. I called my mom,
Nobody's
asked her,
helping you.
nobody will help me. So that's why I said, if y'all gonna take them, I gotta go. My grandma
They're your
is sick.
kids. Don't nobody
She's
need to help
actually
your
in the
ass.
middle of, what's it called when you got cancer and you doing all this and that? I gotta go pick, I gotta pick her up.
Are you bringing the little boy outside?
Did mom come out yet?
Yes, we're all with mom right now in the car.
You mad because don't nobody want to help you out with
I know.
your
Well, the
shit.
faster we do this, the faster you're
You
gonna
at
get
your
go.
wit's
Okay.
end.
Yeah.
First name. Destiny,
I'm
right?
tired. My name is I'm tired. I'm exhausted. Take me to a hospital. That's what my name is. I'm tired. I'm sorry. I know it's not y'all fault. It's my fault.
Mama's outside, so me and you are gonna go outside with mom. Okay, you wanna go get mom?
Just take me to jail. I don't want to do this. I'm
Who said we're
tired.
gonna take you to jail?
I'm tired. I don't want to do this. I'm trying my best.
So here's where you live at, Destiny?
I'm trying to call my mom. I don't know the address. I don't know everything. So I just got here. Just take them. I don't care. I'm tired.
Destiny.
I'm trying to do the best that I can.
We
I'm
understand
tired.
that.
Can you take a seat for me? I want to talk to you.
Why do we gotta talk in public in front of all
Because
these
listen,
people?
Destiny, you just left the kids in the car and they both got hit, okay? If it wasn't for these
now you
kind
shameful?
citizens who witnessed this
Now
whole
you
thing and
care
helped
about
corral
what
you
it looks
kids and then
like?
get us involved? Who knows where your son would be? Because you don't know where your son is right now.
I do know where you are.
You have no idea.
He right there.
Destiny, sit down.
I really want my mom to answer, and she's not answering the phone.
Can you get a hold of mom?
I'm trying.
Keep trying.
What's mom's name?
Hey, so you know how I was just begging you to help me with the kids? We at Walmart in the parking lot with the police. So I'm like I was telling him, I'm
guilt trip your
tired.
mama now?
I'm tired, and now they want you to come up here, but I'm tired. I left the kids up in the car to try to run up in Walmart to get a toilet plunger in there. Yeah, that's why I was begging you for help. Like when I say I need help, I need help.
Yo, stupid ass, you could have put him in the car.
Okay, so you don't give a basically.
You don't give a fuck.
No. Let me talk to your mom.
Hi.
Destiny, can you call your mom back?
Door unlocked or?
Let me talk to her.
Put him in the car. Until you're on.
So she is by herself. Her husband was killed. She's on her own. Mom, I guess, lives in Belleville and was not helping out. So she went inside to go get a plunger, and I guess that's when.
Yeah, she's been in there. They've been in there for a while because she's been holding that one for a while.
She not answer?
Who else do you have to come take the kids?
Nobody. It's just me. It was just me and him. Nobody. That's why I'm begging her. Like I need help.
Who's this number?
I don't know.
Who
Why?
is that number?
I don't know. Answer. Ask him.
Hello?
Can you stop calling my phone, please?
Is it?
No, I don't know him. Don't tell him. I don't...
Stop. Give me a second. I'm trying to find somebody to come
Okay,
get the
hang
kids.
up. Give me.
You're about that close right now to go in
Hang up
jail,
on him.
okay?
Give me my phone.
You're about that close to going
Okay,
in jail,
that's fine.
and then we'll
Give
call
me my
DCFS
phone.
and turn them over to them. Is that what you want?
I don't know who that person
That's
is.
the
Don't
other
tell him.
option.
Okay, but I don't know who that person is, so don't give no random guy calling my phone my business. I don't know who that is.
Call your phone.
is.
Yeah. Okay.
How you know it's a guy?
Try to get a hold of somebody to come up here.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're going to jail. Okay? And you still might. Depends if you want somebody to come pick up the kids or you want
my mom
DCFS to
not
get them.
answer? Let me text her real quick. I know y'all white and I'm black, but listen,
That don't matter.
Okay, I'm a person.
You
I
left your
have
kids
feelings.
Now
alone.
it's the race car
I have feelings.
And
So
one is running around out here in traffic.
can you please
with
try
your
to reach
dumb
my mom?
ass.
Do you have anyone else you wanted me to call other than your mom?
That's the only person. I don't
You
have
such a
no
dumb
one.
piece of
That's
shit.
rubber. Why are you in my? That don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Making sure it wasn't what I looked like, okay?
A bag of rubber. What it look like? Hell yeah, call my mama.
I am calling your mom.
Yeah, call my grandma. Let me see.
I'm calling your mom. What's grandma's
Cause y'all making
What's
me
grandma's name?
uncomfortable. Call somebody else over here besides y'all. Call a Walmart worker. Call a random person. Call somebody else over here because I feel uncomfortable. That's all I want.
Who's the
My friend,
Stop
call her.
trying
Yeah.
to take the phone. I gave you an opportunity, and you obviously couldn't call anybody.
Destiny, here's the thing.
Yes.
We're trying to work with you.
I know. Thank you.
You left your kids in your
I know.
car.
I'm freaking out.
Okay,
I know.
here's the thing. We're trying to work with you.
Okay.
Have I been nothing but nice to you this
You
entire
have.
time?
You have.
Okay, I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to sympathize with
I
you.
know.
Trelladale Fountain Police Department. I'm on Destiny's phone. What's your relationship to Destiny? It's your cousin? Okay, so basically, here's what we've got. We had a situation in which she's being investigated for endangering the health and life of a child here. So basically, she's going to be taken into custody, but we have her 2 kids, and we're trying to get her 2 kids into good hands, and we're trying to figure out, she's kind of being uncooperative. We're trying to figure out a family member that we could get the kids with so we don't have to give them to DCFS. Where are you coming from?
That's all I got low.
I understand that. Okay.
No, I'm not
Destiny.
crazy.
No,
Don't do that.
Stop.
Hold on, stop. Ow! Stop, let me go. What the f are you doing?
Okay, you're under arrest.
No,
You're
I'm
under
not.
arrest.
Let me
Yeah.
go.
You're under arrest.
Call my mama.
You're under
I'll
arrest.
call my mom.
You're under arrest.
My baby. Oh, my babies. Y'all, please.
Oh, now you want now you want to
Y'all, please.
now they're your baby.
Call my mama. Okay, let me get up. Let me sit in the car and stop.
Nope.
Stop, y'all. Just let me go. My kids.
Stop.
My kids. My kids.
My kids.
I didn't do
Woo.
shit, bro.
There go the wig.
Let me go. I didn't do anything. My kids is in here. This shit's recording me. Y'all is doing the most for nothing.
Come here, buddy. Hey, come here, buddy. Hey, it's okay, dude.
There goes the wig.
It's okay. You're all right, bud. Okay? You're okay.
Hurry up. Let me in the damn car. Y'all embarrassing.
You are. You are.
You racist.
You're the one.
No, you racist. Why are you doing me? What's your name?
Thomas. Put your foot in the car.
Yeah. Okay,
Put
Thomas.
your foot in the car.
Hold on, wait.
You've gone beyond
I
that.
don't
now.
know.
You've gone beyond that.
I don't have a criminal record. Listen.
You got one now.
Listen.
Congratulations.
Listen.
Put your foot in the car.
Can you call the this? Call my mama. I'm going.
Put your foot
Call
in
my
the car.
mom, please.
Hey,
I'm
Denisha,
not a criminal.
what's your
and
pass
y'all
code?
treat me.
You're under arrest.
No, it's not what I do.
Yes, you are.
Can
What
y'all
I
let me
do?
go?
No. Car. Put your
Call
foot in the
my
car.
mama.
Put your foot in the car.
Call my mama.
Put your
Can you help me?
Here, I will help you. Put your foot in the car. Put your foot in the
Why
car.
y'all treating me like trash? My kids.
Hang on.
They don't. Come here. Come here.
Listen.
Wow. That was absolutely ridiculous. Trying to get a still shot of her. There goes the wig. Wow. Anyway, there we go. Congratulations. You've made it to Surreal Sunday Super Snatch Shenanigans. Hope you never get a hold of them children again. Straight demon. Straight demon. Next up, we're going to do this week's Tidbit in Health. Give me a moment so I can put in the owner of this video, Becky. Becky's in the house. All right, let's see what Becky got to say about not being able to quit sugar.
Do you know what a well-formulated keto, paleo, Mediterranean, and vegetarian diet have in common? They avoid sugar. Sugar is a diet destroyer. The problem is it is addictive. One touch of a sugary treat on your tongue can take over your brain, making you want more and more and more. It feels so good when you eat it that the thought of giving it up seems worse than the inevitable health problems that a high sugar diet has in store for you down the road. So what can you do? Can a sugar-free life really be enjoyable, or is that just something health nuts say?
Hold up. Wait a minute. We got a newcomer, not a newcomer, but somebody from the tribe is in the house. Tribe is in the house. Miss She Said is in the house. Good evening to you. Good evenings to you. Miss She Says in the house. Tell your husband I said salute, Mr. He Said. Thank you for popping in and checking us out for a bit. Let me get back to the video.
The only way to find out is to get sugar out of your life for a month and judge for yourself. If you're willing to consider doing that, here is what you can do to avoid overwhelm and ease into an enjoyable life without sugar. Encouragement alert: the steps require you to eat more. Many people have trouble getting rid of sugar because they attempt a complete diet overhaul in one day. I am a goal-oriented person, so I am not opposed to getting laser focused on a goal. If you're the same way, you might find it even more frustrating to have tried and failed with sugar. The problem with going cold turkey on sugar is that it cannot be done with willpower alone. You must help your body through the transition, because even though a high sugar diet is bad for you, your body has adapted to it.
And you can
when
get
you
bad
take away
headaches.
that quick digesting energy, your blood sugar crashes and your body screams at you to eat something sugary, refined, or carby. If you give in, you hop right back on the blood sugar spike and crash roller coaster. If you try to ignore it, you struggle mentally and physically.
You get hangry
There
and
is
eat
a
a
different
Snickers.
approach. It involves eating more. Eating is fun, so this is an easy way to get in control. The eating I'm talking about involves increasing your intake of blood sugar stabilizing foods. We'll accomplish this with a daily salad. And if that doesn't sound like fun, I would say that you haven't learned the art of making a really good tasting salad. There are 2 tricks that turn a boring salad into a healthy meal that you can look forward to eating each day.
It's called ranch and
One is to add
croutons.
fat, which we'll talk about in a moment. The other is to let go of expectations. There are bad tasting salads out there. If you've been a victim of them, you're likely not too interested in what I am saying. Take this as permission to let go of expectations of what a salad is supposed to look like. For example, there is no rule that a salad must have chopped bell peppers and onions on top. If you don't like them, don't put them on your salad. And if you have a reputation for being the one who hates vegetables, yeah, you may get some sideways glances when you start eating them. So just tell your friends that you follow this YouTuber who throws out challenges. This month's challenge is a daily salad, and you're going for it. All right, on to building a salad that tastes great and keeps you free and clear of sugar cravings. Healthy fat foods taste really good on a salad. They digest slowly, holding your blood sugar level steady, and they help your body absorb the fat-soluble nutrients from the salad vegetables. Here's what your salad shopping list might look like. A big tub of salad greens, not much fat in there, but lots of fibrous volume that stabilizes blood sugar. As for salad toppers, you can choose from avocados, hard-boiled eggs, cheese, olives, fatty fish, and don't make it difficult. For instance, you can avoid cooking an extra cost by buying wild-caught salmon in a packet. Nuts and seeds contain a good amount of fat and are great on a salad. I often add walnuts, sunflower seeds, and pumpkin seeds to a single salad. You can pick up raw nuts and seeds near the produce area of your grocery store. The nuts that you find in the potato chip aisle are often roasted in the same unhealthy fats as the chips. If you'd enjoy a bit of natural sweetness, you can add a bit of fruit. And lastly, don't skip the full-fat salad dressing. Making your own oil-based dressing is easy, but if you want even easier, you can find healthy commercial brands. Make sure it is made with a healthy oil like olive oil or avocado oil like Primal Kitchen brand. Now notice 2 things. First, this will be a high-calorie salad in the range of 500 calories or more. That can feel scary when the ultimate goal is to lose weight. However, that weight loss prize will not come without getting sugar under control. Trying to succeed on a weight loss diet without first getting control of your sugar intake is like building a house with no foundation. You can make it look nice and tidy for a while, but before long, it will collapse. Second, notice that your focus is on satisfying your body with this large, nutrient-dense meal, not forcing sugar out of your life. When your body has the blood sugar stability and nutrition that it needs, you get what you want, specifically a feeling that you are in control of sugar rather than the other way around. When that is achieved, avoiding sugar becomes a choice and not a chore. The second thing that you are going to add to your daily diet is a side dish of cooked non-starchy vegetables. And think big, aiming for a 2-cup serving. Why are we adding more vegetables? Well, they fill you up and they stabilize your blood sugar, especially when they're combined with fat. Here again, there are a lot of boring vegetables out there. Plain broccoli tastes like plain broccoli, but add butter, cheese, or even Alfredo sauce, and you have a yummy, high-fat side dish that stays with you and complements any high-protein entree like meat, fish, or eggs. I have a video that lists non-starchy vegetables and starchy ones if you would like more clarity on the difference. And veggies don't have to be cooked, but it is a nice contrast to the salad and they digest easier than raw vegetables. So to be clear, to help your body as it transitions away from sugar, you'll add a large veggie side dish and salad to your daily diet for the next month. It doesn't matter which item is eaten at lunch and which is eaten at dinner because both will give you the physical craving stabilizing effect that you want. However, there is also a mental hurdle to get over when it comes to giving up sugar, especially that desire for something sweet right after a meal. So there is one more thing you'll add to your daily routine. It is something that I call a stopper. A stopper is a food, drink, or activity that separates you from the act of eating long enough to move away from food. Because you are human, you have been programmed to eat when food is available. Therefore, you naturally desire more food when you start eating and often continue to desire food after you are full, even if the meal you just ate was a big, hearty salad. You'll find that a stopper is just the distractor that you need. There are many different stoppers that you can use and feel free to be creative, but choose something that takes a long time to consume or changes the taste in your mouth. For instance, right after a meal, sip a cup of hot tea or pop a piece of minty sugar-free gum into your mouth, and you will find that you naturally move away from the urge to keep eating. Sugar is always going to sound good, but it does wreck your health and cause you to gain weight. A daily high-fat salad, non-starchy vegetables with high-fat sauce, and stoppers help you feel in control because they control your blood sugar. If you commit to using these 3 things every day for a month, you can overcome the obstacles that sugar presents and naturally say no thank you when it is offered. The 1 large salad and 2 cups of cooked non-starchy vegetables are the 1 and 2 of my 0-1-2-3 strategy for weight loss. The strategy has been downloaded more than 100,000 times, comes with a video series that is not here on YouTube that will help you even further. You can get everything for free at drbeckyfitness.com/free. Also,
All right, there you go. You want to curb your sugar intake, increase the fats, add some salad with some croutons. And then once you're done eating that, you want to have a nice stopper, which is some wild turkey, delicious, some delicious bourbon to stop the cravings or change. She said it herself, change the flavor in your mouth. So a nice bourbon will help you do that thing. But all joking aside, um, nuts and beets and olives. I love olives. Olives is like one of my favorite. And did you know olives is a fruit? It's technically a fruit. So olives is delicious. I love olives. And it has high fat content and what have you. So very saturating, if you will, and what have you. So get some salad in your life. Stay away from the croutons. Stay away from the wild turkey. You know what I'm saying? And add high fat foods to your salad, some raw vegetables and what have you, and get your shit together. All right. So ginger snap cookies, yeah, that's good. And the sugar content in ginger snap cookies is relatively low, so that's a good cheat snack, if you will, when you want to be a little bad. So next up is that hot video. All right, so let's get that queued up for you. And here we go. Hold on, let me change the well, okay. Let me change the video owner on that. Enjoy.
Father, won't you take me, hold me? I'm asking you to show me, show me. Father, you're the one and only. I know that you are worthy, worthy. 'Cause to die is my right to my life, and I will lay down my life for you. Lay down my life for you. 'Cause to die is my right to my life. It's a fight to the end. Fight to the end.
Yo. No greater love than losing my life for my people, than losing my life for my kinsmen, than losing my life for the kingdom. I want my sins forgiven, to live a life worth living. I just want to see our freedom. That's why my wheel's still spinning. I lived a life full of evil, many mistakes and I'm paying for it. Saw affliction since the beginning. Gotta win it 'cause I'm made for it and I prayed for it. Through the fire, got blazed for it. Came out shining with white raiment. Lost sleep many days for it and I'm saved for it. Like, had to lay down my life for my King Christ. I didn't have to think twice. Had to lay down my life. I didn't have to think twice for my King Christ. Double honors to the martyrs, double honors to our fathers. Revelation chapter 6. I seen the souls under the altar. Righteous blood won't vengeance, righteous blood won't penance, righteous blood crying out for the wicked man's sentence and his rulership in it.
Take me, hold me, I'm asking you to show me, show me. Father, you're the one and only. I know that you are worthy, worthy. 'Cause to die is my right to my life, and I will lay down my life for you. Lay down my life for you. 'Cause to die is my right to my life. It's a fight to the end. Fight to the end.
Color-coded in the cosmos with brown hues used on the canvas, wrapped and packaged that in fine gold. Damaged goods when we crash landed, batter beat it scattered across the globe. Among the nations cast away stranded, found a book, the mysteries of old. Now I know we never been abandoned, more than life or death, 'cause I'm living to die. No wonder why I've been facing these demons on every side, 'cause they want to keep me from seeing God. I know I'm his son 'cause I'm being tried, chastised, antagonized, almost met demise. Living legend, used to live a lie. The glory coming cannot be described. So I had to lay down my life for my King Christ. I didn't have to think twice. Had to lay down my life. I didn't have to think twice for my King Christ. Heavenly calling, pick up the signal. covered in stripes, I just need a whistle. Only a glimpse of the bigger picture, but wherever you going, I'm coming with you, cause redemption draweth nigh. Paradise is beyond the sky. To get to that place, then you gotta die. To come back when them chairs fly on high.
Won't you take me, hold me? I'm asking you to show me, show me. Father, you're the one and only. I know that you are worthy, worthy. 'Cause to die is my right to my life, and I will lay down my life for you, lay down my life for you. 'Cause to die is my right to my life. It's a fight to the end, fight to the end.
Sons of Thunder. St. John the Divine. That was the name of that hit. That's a talented group. They got a lot of good music. They on all platforms. Check them out on the original royalty recordings. The name of the group is Sons of Thunder. Their new album that they just dropped about a month or two ago, or what have you, is hot. A lot of bangers on that. Okay, righteous music. Not talking about hoes and bees and murking this and banging that and all that carrying on. All right, talking about serving the Most High. Okay, serving the Most High. So tonight we got into the Obamas. Once again, it's good to hear that, the rumors are not true. It was good to see Miss Obama actually edify Barack Obama when they introduced him and everything. Okay, that was good shit. That was good shit. Let's keep that energy going. Okay, let's not find opportunities to throw him under the bus again, to throw any kind of shade on him. Let's change that. Okay. I mean, who else? I mean, we got a lot of prominent black men, right? But he was the president of the United States, the highest office in the land. So let's not be the support system that you are to him, okay? As you see that your white counterparts do the same for their husband, all right? Stop with the snatch shenanigans, all right? But it was good to see a change. That was a breath of fresh air to see that out of Michelle Obama. I hope that is actually a change, a new direction on how she talks about her husband and how she, how she shows her support for her husband and what have you. Hopefully, it's a change for the better. We will see pretty soon, right? All right. And later on in the program, they talked about the dynamics of fatherhood. The role models that our young men need to have, okay? And unfortunately, Obama went back to some, what his legacy is predominantly about, right? And that's the alternative community. They got too many letters. I get tongue-tied trying to say the shit. And he suggests to have alternatives around your children. And that's not a good thing to do. Okay? We need not to introduce our children to deviant behavior. Okay? That's just not the way to go. All right? It's not natural. It's an abomination. It's death. It is death. It is death to your bloodline. It is death to the human race. It produces nothing but immorality. That's it. Afina Muhammad, another example of a nut on the loose. And the systems that we have in place have failed us tremendously. What's the solution? There isn't one, not in this system. There are inefficiencies and oversights and benign neglect. This stuff is present on purpose. So I don't have any faith in our government, our system to find a solution, and they haven't. The thing is that you get yourself together, you get your soul right. You align yourself with the scripts. And if everyone was to do that, then things would change. All right? You could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to rock with us here tonight, and we appreciate and love you for that thing. I am Old School Exit 9. This has been Surreal Sundays. And with that, remember, you are your brother and sister's keeper. Have a great week. I see you next Sunday.
And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha Kumi, which is, being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. Wake up! Wake up! Talitha Kumi. Talitha Kumi. Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek.
Yo, resurrected, elected from the grave. I ain't worried about a demon defeating me, not today. I'ma stand on my feet with the meek. We on the way, dry bones in the valley. I'm rallying for the sage. Dry bones in the valley, living but underpaid. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We need change. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We feel shame. Holy Spirit, make your presence known. We need flames.
As hard as these words is simply just the canvas that I wrote on. Can't supplement the faith, no creatine, but it's so strong. In our youth, we used to hit the block, getting our roll on. Now we take the gospel to the blocks we so dope on. Those that tried to stop our faith, we told you so long. The rise of my people with these heathens trying to prolong. Been through so much, but we still gotta hold on. Like back when the lights was off, we turned the stove on. Searching for warmth in these cold streets. Oh, since we woke up the truth, we can't get no sleep. My thoughts so deep, trying to get my folks to see the picture, but we hitting rock bottom, trying to wrestle with the scriptures. It's crazy, demonic Demonic forces messing with your mental health. Got all 5 senses, but you still lack sense of self. Without the Lord, your life sagging. Gon' get a belt, and like that old Jordan commercial, stop and get some help.
Please, W-A-K-E-U-P, open up your KJV. We shaking up the world so you can't stay asleep. When you open up your eyes, they see IUIC, we on our grind. Bring a light to the world, let a star shine. So we pray without ceasing for our kind. Gotta stack them up to the 3rd heaven till we give Raphael a hard time.
Dead bodies, dead conscience, dead presidents, they said commas. But that's a coma, ain't it evident that's head trauma. They said a lot, but that's irrelevant. The devil been working overtime without the scheduling. The medicine prescribed, that's the word of my God. You'll never be alive unless you let the spirit inside. Vampires throw the shade on them, but daywalkers keep the blade on them. Get cut to the core, but never fade on them. Live again.
Out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek. Wake up out of your slumber, wake up out of your sleep, and receive His Spirit. You know I'm talking to the meek.